quirkybooks.wordpress.com and quirkybooks.net. If you want to hear some life hacks, please subscribe to this channel. So today I want to talk to you about talking to strangers. Should we do it? So when we're little, we're taught not to talk to strangers. Well, the majority of society kind of gives this impression anyway. And it's for good reason, because obviously there are people like paedophiles around, there are people that do take advantage of children, and you know, it can be a harsh, cruel world out there. But there are also a lot of people that are very loving and very kind and very generous, and obviously if you are young and you're lost and you're in a supermarket, you're going to have to talk to a stranger. So the rule of not talking to strangers really is something that you can't ever completely do, because you're always going to have to talk to strangers. Even a person in a shop is a stranger to you unless you've been in there before and said hello to them. So every person you talk to is a stranger. So really this rule is invalid. It's got a valid point behind it, but the actual saying don't talk to strangers is, you know, just not a great thing really, because it makes us frightened as well to talk to people, and it makes us frightened to socially interact with people. So do I talk to strangers these days? Yes, I do. And if you happen to be a kid who's landed on this video, I'm not telling you to go around talking to every single person. You know, you have to be careful as a kid that you don't have someone come and hurt you, but also as an adult. So yes, I do talk to strangers, and sometimes it works out well and sometimes it doesn't. So some of the reasons you might talk to strangers are just to say hello, you know, if you're passing in the street, to be polite and to brighten someone's day. You know, often people don't have anyone speaking to them sometimes throughout parts of their day, and just a simple hello, good morning, good night or whatever, it's just fantastic for someone. You know, it's just that human connection that's really, really good. So if you go to a shop, should you talk to strangers? Well, of course you should, because if it's a shop you've never been in before, you need to talk to the people on the counter. I've known of a very few instances in my life, in my vast amount of retail experience, where people come up to you and they won't say anything. Have you ever met that type of person? You know, the person that puts the goods on the counter and says nothing to you. Those people have obviously been told not to talk to strangers, or they've got it into their head that they shouldn't be talking to people they don't know. And it's like, why? You know, why don't they say please and thank you at least? Acknowledgement is good. I think it's respectful to acknowledge people. And sometimes in shops you might bump into someone who's picking up the same item as you. We need to talk to strangers in order to make friends. So everyone is a stranger until we speak to them. So if you never speak to anyone, you're not going to make any friends. So of course you need to talk to strangers in order to make friends. Now, the word stranger, if you break it down into strange and stranger, is kind of weird. So some people who are unknown to us are strangers because we don't know them, and that's strange. Whereas other people are very strange as in weird. Some people are strange as in quirky, different, which it's great to be. And some people are strange as in psychopathic, and they have narcissistic tendencies and abusive tendencies. And those are the people that obviously you've got to be careful of, because when you're talking to strangers, they can be people that are not good people. You don't know until you get to know them. So when you do talk to strangers, be aware of where you're talking to them, how you're talking to them, what you're saying to them, and feel your intuition. So if you feel that this person might be good for you, you can progress the conversation further. If you get a distinct impression, feeling of not good in your body, then don't do it. Obviously, every time you talk to someone who's a stranger, it is always a risk. But it's also a huge coincidence a lot of the time when you meet people. People usually come into your life for a reason. So although it's a huge coincidence that you're meeting them, if you use your intuition, you might find out that you're meant to have that person in your life. They're meant to come in your life for a reason at that point. And when they come into your life for a reason, it might be just a short time for a visit, or it might be long term, you know, they've come for a purpose. You know, where I'm kind of a bit spiritual, and I do believe everything happens for a reason. I do believe most people come into our lives to teach us a lesson. So basically, if someone comes into your life and they treat you good, they treat you bad, just think about the lesson that you learning from it. Maybe it's the fact you don't value your worth enough. Maybe it's the fact that your social skills aren't good enough. Or maybe it's the fact that someone's come into your life to value your worth, to give you a golden opportunity. You know, you might want to form a business relationship with them. Or it might be the love of your life that you're talking to. So in a nutshell, should you talk to strangers? Yes, talk to strangers, but proceed with caution and intuition whilst still being happy in that moment. I hope that's been helpful to you. Please leave your comments down below. I'd love to know what you think. Have you been in situations where you've talked to strangers and things have worked out down the line really, really well or really, really badly for you? What's your opinion on whether you should talk to strangers or not? And just let me know how it's gone for you. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to live your purpose.